Hello Generals! Welcome to episode 9 of the Namibia series. We are on day 25 and our campaign in Italy is progressing smoothly. We are now clearing all the territories of what used to be Chad, and our ally Saudi Arabia is super active and he has a lot of units going forward into mainland Europe. For those of you who have not watched the previous episode, both Saudi Arabia and me were attacked by the UK. UK had two ballistic missile submarines. One was in the Mediterranean, the one that attacked Saudi Arabia, and the one that attacked me was in the South Atlantic. My naval patrol aircraft did their job and they located the British submarine trying to escape, and of course I sank it, returning the favor to the UK. As for the damage that I suffered, the attack took place in what used to be my capital. Fortunately for me, I've moved my capital to the east, to the city of Maun, and the damage I suffered was not something worth mentioning. I didn't notice any effect in my productions or in any of my units and buildings, let's say. So it was okay, a damage that had no, let's say, strategic value for the other coalition, and one could say that it was an act of desperation from the UK's side as his cities were bombarded by Saudi Arabia and his forces were destroyed again by Saudi Arabia in various parts of Europe and the Middle East. So, as one of my NPAs, the Naval Patrol aircraft, was patrolling around the coast of West Africa, it picked up a naval radar contact, which I didn't know what it was, and I had to send more MPAs around in order to investigate and see what that contact is. Before we discuss about that contact, let me remind you to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our new videos, and if you leave us a like, it would be much appreciated. Thank you for your support, guys. So for that naval contact there were two theories. One was for them to be German troops, or they might be forces from Sweden, because Italy and the UK had all their units destroyed. For this reason I sent a full wing of NPAs to attack directly that naval contact. After all, for those forces to be there, they were not there for peacekeeping purposes, they were there to attack us. As my MPAs were approaching the naval contact, it proved to be not one, not two, not three, but four naval contacts, and that was a serious force just off my coast. I immediately informed my allies and I didn't know what they were. I was so curious to find what those contacts were. I knew by that time that Germany had a lot of cruisers and a strong navy, but I didn't know if he was about to use it against me. Then I thought that the attack from the UK with the ballistic missiles in my city was the first wave of a plan of invasion, but they failed to plan it and coordinate it well. By that time I did not have in my hands the stealth UAVs, so the NPAs were the only weapon I could use against it, and it proved to be German ships. So then I suffered my second loss in this game and I lost one of my MPAs. For this reason I decided to upgrade them, and I was thinking, what am I going to do with this stack of forces? After a while I decided that diplomacy was the way, and since I was at war with Germany, I have, let's say, he tried to surprise me, but I surprised him back. So I started sending messages to him, telling him it is futile to try to attack us, and he was not clever by not joining our coalition. His allies were destroyed, and we offer him guarantees that we will protect him if he comes with us against his former allies. So I was waiting for a response from him. In the meantime, I mentioned that I will not stop attacking his forces and I will sink every single ship he had, and I meant what I was saying. I had a strong economy by then, I was the first player in the game, and I could produce more and more MPAs regardless of how many I'm losing. In any case, I moved my expensive units to other airfields that, they are secondary airfields, so they are not the primary target of the enemy, and I already had constructed a hospital in what used to be the capital of Chad, far away from the coast, so I could heal my units in case some of my cities fell into enemy hands. So this is another tip on what you might do if you feel that soon you will be the target of an invasion, and how to protect your units and keep on fighting. Moving on a bit, and as I was offline, the UK sent a couple of motorized infantry to attack and capture one of my cities, so that was probably the target of the invasion. But he failed as my gunships and bombers reacted immediately, so they got destroyed. After the destruction of the British invading forces in Africa, and after another couple of attacks from my MPAs to those German ships, Germany came back to me and he said he will join our coalition. For this reason, I asked him to retreat his forces back to his cities in Germany, and I will escort him in his way out. What I forgot to mention is that after I saw those forces on my coast, I asked Nigeria to capture Mali, all the territories of Mali, and he started moving there. Now, with Germany on our side, I was more or less 90% sure that we are going to win this game, unless something unexpected happened. The reason why Conflict of Nations World War III is a great game is that unexpected things happen all the time, because you have to do with real life players. So as I was playing and I was spreading my NPAs around on patrol missions, I spotted another trajectory of another ballistic attack. The usual suspect was the UK, and that attack came from another UK ballistic missile submarine that was in the Arabian Sea. So straight away I informed my allies, and of course I sent my MPAs to locate that submarine and sink it. If you remember from a previous episode, I captured Diego Garcia, the island in the middle of the Indian Ocean, and I already had an airfield there ready, so I sent my NPAs to be based in that airfield. As one of the threats were the islanders, and by now German forces did not start to retreat to head back home, I was worried that I might start a war accidentally with the islanders. All this time I had an excellent communication with the Philippines, who was the most active player of that coalition. I informed him that I was hunting that ballistic missile submarine, and if he could please empty the Indian Ocean from any naval assets he had, because I would attack any radar contact I would get from my MPAs. But it was not long that I managed to discover that ballistic missile submarine, and it was a matter of time for my MPAs to sink it. As we're running out of time for this episode as well, we still have the German forces in the South Atlantic. He did not start retreating, but we will see all that in the next episode. Let me remind you to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our new videos, and I will catch you in the next episode. Bye for now!